Yo, what is up guys, Anthony here, back with another Destiny Child video. And in today's video everyone, I'm going to be going over a small tutorial like video on how to one shot one kill the level 40 Billy boss. So I know this video is coming a bit late as we do have under 3 days left in the Ragna break, but I do believe it's possible for you guys to be able to one shot one kill this boss if you do have a decently uncapped team. Now it might not have to be +6 all the way, but based on my recommendations and such, if you guys do have a decent amount of uncaps on your units, you should be able to one shot this boss, as honestly it's a pretty easy boss compared to the others to one shot if you have the uncaps. So we'll be going over my team and equipment, and then I'll be trying to one shot one kill the boss as well. And if it does take more than one attempt, then I'll put in the attempt where we do actually one shot one kill the boss. So let's get into the child inventory, and then we'll be going over my units and the team that I'll be using for the one shot one kill event. Alright everyone, here we are in the child inventory. So I do have my team here at the top that I've been using all throughout the Ragna break. So the team I have here features Neptune +6 level 60, we have Lisa +6 level 40, we have Siren +6 level 60, Newbie Mona +6 level 60, as well as Pantheon +6 level 60. So I know you guys may be thinking that it should be very easy for me to one shot this team as they are all +6, but I do believe that you guys should be able to one shot one kill the boss on manual play strictly with a, let's say, +4 Siren or maybe a +4 Bikini Lisa, as well as the others. You don't need them to be necessarily +6 to one shot this boss. So that's my team. I'm running Lisa at leader, as her leader buff is weak point skill final blow -8% for wood type allies, in raids +8% added. So we'll be going into my inventory now for the items, and then I'll be showing you guys what items I use for these units. Alright everyone, so before we go into the boss, here are my items for the units on my team. So I have Neptune with the Passionate Mic here, as well as the enamel suit. We also have her equipped with an alchemy kit, as well as the Thrilling Poker card, Soulcarda Prism +5. So she has very good equips just because I do use her outside of the Ragna break in the Devil Rumble. So I do have her pretty much stacked with equipment, as she is my top unit here in power, etc. So if we look at her numbers here, if we go back into the child inventory really quick, you can see her power is at almost 25,000. So she's very strong as a supporter unit for me. But the other childs, if we scroll down a bit, as you can see, Siren's a little bit below on my tier list here for the equipment. We have her equipped with specifically crit rate equips, as she does benefit from crits, as her damage is obviously increased when you do crit, and she is, I believe, a 4-hit tap. I'm not necessarily sure on that. She might be a 3-hit or a 4-hit. But as you can see here, we have equipped with a flask here, A of course. We also have a alchemist gloves here, A, as well as a high-res headphones. Now another thing that I would suggest you have on your main attacker for the Ragna break would be a great Soulcarda, such as the Wandering Willow Soulcarda here, or the new Soulcarda that was recently released. We can quickly go into the archive here and check that out. It was the Dive Soulcarda. So this was specifically released for this current Ragna break. As you can see here, it increases attack and crit rate, and it also has a wood type special option, increase slide skill crit damage by 5% in raids. Now this Soulcarda is more dedicated towards Annie, as how her slide skill is better than her tap skill. But if you do have a Siren, this Soulcarda will still be fine, as you do have that attack and crit rate stat on the Dive Soulcarda. Alright everyone, so back here in the item inventory, those are Siren's equips. Next here we have Newbie Mona. Now my equips aren't as stacked for Newbie Mona, etc. As you can see here, she only has a Steel Rose equipped, as well as a Limos Bikini and a Pyramid Totem. So I just basically stack Newbie Mona with agility, as I don't think it benefits her much, but just to have some armor and equips on her. We also have the Demon Hunter Demon Soulcarda on her, just to stack her even more with agility as well. And the newbie Mona, since she is a wood type character, she does deal a decent amount of damage to the Billy boss on a crit or even a normal tap. Next here, if we scroll down a bit, we also have Pantheon's equipped. Now he is also equipped with a Steel Rose, a Bikini here, as well as a Pyramid Totem, all plus 15 of course, and we also have the Demon Hunter Demon soul card out on him as well. And then if we scroll down a bit here, I actually don't have my Lisa equipped with anything, but sometimes when I'm going for the one shot one kill event, you want to have at least some equipment on them. So right now, for the sake of the one shot one kill, as I've done for my personal one shot one kill, I will swap her with the Senga equips, so you'll probably see her go up quite a bit here, as my Senga equips are very good. So as you can see here, she has a Passionate Mic on her now. She also has the Alchemist gloves and a ribbon headband. She also has the Showtime Soul Carta. I've said before, the Showtime Soul Carta is very much recommended for your off-centered units during the Ragna break. So instead of your main attacker having Showtime, your main attacker should have that Soul Carta dedicated towards the wood type attacker. As I said, the Willow Soul Carta is good, and the Dive Soul Carta. Your newbie Mona, etc., your off-centered units, so the 4 other units should be equipped with a Showtime. But if you don't have Showtime, such as as you can see here, you can just use other Soul Cartas that stack their defense, etc. Just sort of like decent Soul Cartas, anything you can find really will help your team out. Another thing, before you go into the boss for the one shot one kill, you want to make sure that you have their skills maxed out to whatever end cap you have. So if you have a +4 Bikini Lisa, make sure her skills are level 5, 10 out of 10. Just make sure you guys have their equips, their skills maxed to whatever uncap you have them at, as well as max level S class, as these all do affect your outcome of the one shot one kill. Alright everyone, so before we go into the manual one shot one kill, it is definitely 100% possible to automatically one shot one kill this boss, as I have done it quite a bit on the auto thanks to the skill reserve. So if you guys are running an all +16, it's probably 100% possible to one shot this boss, and you guys have probably done it already. But just to go over it really quick, if you guys would like the skill reserve suggestions that I have for my drive skills, as you can see here in my settings, I have Neptune drive first, as well as newbie Mona second, and then Lisa drive here last to benefit the attacker unit on fever time. And then for my non-drive, we have Neptune equipped with slide, so S here. We have Bikini Lisa on S, we have Siren on tap, newbie Mona on slide, and Pantheon on slide. So we'll be also following this guideline for the manual one shot, and I'll be kind of commentating the one shot one kill sort of in the beginning, and then you guys just can see me finish off the boss towards the end. Alright everyone, so we're going to be going into the one shot one kill try here. We'll be using my boss, as I do have 47 minutes left on this boss and I could just finish it up really quick. So as you can see here, we have my team, we went over the equips and such. So let's get into the boss here, and hopefully we can one shot one kill it on the first try. Alright everyone, so here we are in the boss. As you can see here, level 40 Billy. So what you want to do immediately is put your automatic play down to manual and have 1x speed, and then follow the instructions that are suggested by the guides, etc. So for the boss here, you basically want to slide with everyone based on my personal team, and then tap with Siren, as she's the main attacker here. So depending on your attacker, it may be Annie, etc. You're going to want to either tap or slide, and you have to take those suggestions from me or basically from the Destiny Child Discord, etc. and basically just reading your own child's skills and see what they excel in. So here, personally, Siren excels well in the tap aspect. So if she taps, she does have a lower cooldown, of course, as it's not a slide ability, and the tap is a 4-hit for Siren. So it's better for her to tap instead of using slide skills, as maybe Annie does excel with the slide skills personally. So we are also sliding here with Bikini Lisa, as it does increase her damage. Bikini Lisa's slide skill, as we have talked about in previous videos, isn't as good for the attacker because her tap skill is just a heal ability. So if you guys aren't running a healer, let's say you don't have a Neptune at +6 or so, you can run Bikini Lisa as a tap skill. So it's based on, like I've said a numerous amount of times already, based on your team composition. Now if you guys do have any questions about your team, etc., you can just leave them in the comments below and I'll try to help you out to the best of my ability. So as you can see here, we are also just sliding with Neptune, as Neptune does apply those buffs, as you can see here, that are applied onto Siren and Newbie Mona. And then Neptune also heals, so you always want to make sure your units are fully healed when not running a tank. I know some people can't run a tank, as maybe you guys are newer players. Tanks are okay. I don't believe you can one-shot with a tank. I might be wrong. It depends on your team comp, like I've said. Personally, tanks are fine, and if you can't one-shot, don't worry. You guys will be able to one-shot eventually. We all started out with no uncaps on our units. So as you can see here, we're going down to fever time. So you're going to want to use your buffers drive skill at the end. So if you guys are running Wodan or Bikini Lisa, you're going to want to use their drive skill as the third drive skill leading to the fever. So as you can see here, the fever time is over. We did quite a bit of damage. Thank you to Siren, and then we're all going to slide on the other childs here. So Newbie Mona, Pantheon, Neptune, and Lisa will all slide, and then you're going to want to keep Siren on a strict tap rotation. As you can see, she does crit for quite a bit of damage. She does crit for about 44,000 when the buffs and such, her equips, activate. So as you can see here, we got another crit in before Billy drove us here. So Billy does a good amount of damage, and she does have that water snake ability that you do need to watch out for. Alright, so another drive skill here. We got a gray on the Neptune drive, so you don't want to worry too much about having a great drive, as it still does give you that 30%, and you can make it up in the future drives as a 40% perfect drive. So the one thing that you want to strictly worry about is not having 3 great drives in a row, as you won't make the 100% for the fever time. So make sure you guys are hitting at least 2 perfect drives and 1 great drive at the least. Alright, just continuing on here, we're also going to be leading into the next drive skill here. So we'll be going into the same rotation and using Newbie Mona. So as you can see here, I hit another great drive. So if we do mess up on the Bikini Lisa drive, we won't be able to fever, and the chances of our one shot here will be very low, as we don't get that additional fever, and we'll have to go into another drive bar in order to make up that 10%. Alright everyone, so we got that perfect drive here for Bikini Lisa. So as you can see, we got the 100% for the fever time, and her drive skill does increase this damage for Siren. So as you can see here, it's about 13 damage for most of the ticks here on the fever time. And then, like I've said before, we just use the slide skills for all of our other units. So now we just basically need about 1 more fever time, and I think this boss will be basically done with. A pretty decent and easy demonstration here on how to one-shot this boss. Now I know, like I've said before, you guys might not have all of your units +6, and it's a little hard to suggest on how to one-shot when you may not have your units uncapped quite a bit. So I wouldn't worry too much on one-shot killing the boss during Ragna breaks, as it is only rewarding a 5-star ticket. But if you guys do have the units and the potential to be able to one-shot kill the boss, then definitely try and go for it, because let's say you do get that 5-star ticket and it's an uncap, it's still worth. I wouldn't stress on it too much, as I started out as not being able to one-shot the boss for quite a while, and I think I only started one-shotting the boss around the more recent Ragna breaks. I believe it was the Bridal Ifis Ragna break first one-shot the boss. So I actually do have a video on that up on the channel that'll link up here on the top if you guys are interested in checking out how I one-shot kill the boss for my first time ever. So I know you guys will be able to one-shot kill a boss in the future. It may not be this boss. As you can see here, we probably won't even one-shot kill here. Now I'm just trying to give you guys my personal recommendations on how to one-shot kill. So all of these tips won't be applied into future Ragna breaks, but some of them will transfer over on how you do still need to play in manual play, and you can't, most of the time you shouldn't be able to one shot one kill a boss on autoplay. As you can see here, we actually messed up the drive here, so we might not make it. I don't believe so, but you just got to keep paying attention on the boss here and make sure you get those fever times, as I do believe it takes about 4 fever times in order to one shot one kill the boss on manual play. So really quick here, let's hope and try and see if we can make up this bar. And as you can see, we only have 10 seconds left, so I really doubt we'll be able to one shot one kill this boss. I'll probably just try and one shot one kill the boss and then show you guys the success feed. As you can see here, we didn't, as the time ran out, but I just wanted to give you guys a more of a commentated boss run here, as we only went up to 5.5 million damage. So I'll be going into the boss really quick, and I'll probably include it into the video, as this video might be a little longer as it's a more of a tutorial and demonstration video. So I'll speed up on my one shot one kill and then include it into the video. The one shot one kill event completed on the manual play. Now, as you had seen, it actually came down to about the last 10 seconds or so when the one shot actually happened. So depending on your RNG with the crit and such, when the crit is actually active, as you had seen, my crits actually go up to about 33,000 per tap with Siren, and at a maximum of 44,000 per tap with Siren, depending on when the Lisa slide skill is active, as well as the Pantheon and Neptune slide is active as well. So those are all taken into account when the tap critical is active. So there is a little bit of RNG in play when you're trying to manually one-shot the boss, but I believe if you guys are very close, and it wouldn't hurt to test out your manual damage, as you can see the potential of your team in the Ragna break. So of course, Ragna breaks are pretty long, and you'll have about like maybe 14 days or so, I believe the event is, or at least 12 days to test out your team, etc., and try and get the one shot. So as a new player, the one shot, like I've said, it's pretty hard on one-shotting a boss as a newer player, but eventually you will get there. So this tutorial is to be taken more towards the intermediate player or long-term player, as they should have more uncaps based on having more playtime in the game. So if you guys are finding yourself being a newer player and having, let's say, doing half of the boss's health, I would say that's actually very good, as I personally started on Ragna Break 0, the Krampus Ragna Break, and I wasn't doing at like 1 million damage. And I do see a ton of you guys in the comments actually are newer players and are doing great amount of damage. So I would say just keep it up, and maybe on the next Ragna Break or the one after, so you'll be able to one shot, one kill the boss. So I know this was more of a longer video, and hopefully it helped you guys out and you guys stuck it through on just trying to get some tips down on how to one shot a level 40 boss. And like I've said, I will try and cover the future bosses as well on how to one shot, one kill them if I personally can. So I might not be able to one shot the future bosses depending on my units, etc., and how summons go, but I'll try to give out at least tips or so on how to one shot those bosses as well. But for the Billy boss, that is my guide on how to one shot, one kill the level 40 Splash Billy. So if you guys do have any questions or concerns on your team, etc., on how to one shot Billy, and maybe just let me know in the comments below how your personal team does well on Billy, and maybe you guys are beginners and you're doing 3 million damage or so. It's very good to do damage like that on a beginner account. So I would like to see how you guys are doing in the Ragna Break on your manual play, and I would suggest you guys to test out a manual run to see how far your team can go and just test that power level of your personal team. So make sure to let me know, like I've said, in the comments below how your team does on the level 40 boss of Billy, so I can check that out, and I'll make sure to respond to your comment and let you know any personal recommendations that I have, etc., about your team. But before you go, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so and you're enjoying the Destiny Child content. But with that being said, everyone, I'll see you all in tomorrow's Destiny Child video. Thank you all so much for watching.